shouldn't have been higher than that, really. Like, it really was really bad. There's no other way to put it. It really just was that bad. And I think today I was just trying to catch up on some news when I got home tonight, and I guess Triple H had a conference call for the NXT show, the pay-per-view, for lack of a better word, next week on the network. And he said that they're hearing it, they're working on it. He said that's really he even admitted again that the problem is 3 hours. And I don't know if it's they're stuck at a point where USA won't let them drop to 2 hours, because USA is still getting their money and USA is still getting their ad time. So I don't know if it's just the 3 hour thing, and I know like the injury bug has really come up hard here lately, and creative's kind of been scrambling, but I don't know what the easy answer is here, and hopefully going into TLC this Sunday, to kind of wrap up my rambling thought here, but going into TLC this Sunday I don't think we expect a great show. We didn't expect a great show, I think, at WrestleMania, and it was, one of the best shows in a long time.
No, don't go there. Don't even start with that, Jim.
No. I'm not saying it's the same.
Holy shit! The cup can be half full, but this card looks atrocious.
Well, sure. I'm not saying that it's going to be the same. I gotta have hope, Ryan. It's Christmas time. You gotta have hope at some point in your life, and I'm just hoping that somehow they pull out a great show this Sunday.
Here's my problem with a few things, and it's not necessarily what you said, but the whole Triple H thing. If 3 hours is the problem, they didn't even give us a very entertaining segment, let alone an hour worth of material from what I read on Monday. It's not a good thing, and I hope it really raised some eyebrows with the whole empty seats and people leaving before the main event segment on Raw.
Do you think that's just going to result in Cena coming back and winning LOL? Because that's usually their go-to when things go sour.
Here's the funny thing. Not too long ago, it just got released, Cena was in a movie called Trainwreck, and that's exactly what Raw has become. Has anybody seen that movie yet, by the way?
I have not. I've heard though that Amy Schumer's awful, but John Cena's good in it.
Amy Schumer's always awful.
Well, sure.
That's Amy Schumer's gimmick.
Yeah, that's kind of her thing.
That's like saying today's Thursday.
Yeah, no, Raw really was bad. For there to be points that I actually got up and was doing stuff, during the show,
were you vacuuming?
Was not vacuuming at all.
Doing the dishes?
Not this week. I actually did during a Raw last week, but I had my iPad on. But it was like,
okay.
I'd get up and go get a drink or, go take a leak or something like that. Instead of doing it during a commercial, I was like, I'm clearly not going to miss anything on this segment, and I don't feel like I did.
So we're saying that Raw is almost as good as regular household chores.
I'd say that about at this point.
Okay. Good stuff. Vince McMahon, you have a lot to build on.
Can we name a pay-per-view since WrestleMania that has been good? Not like okay or the classic, well, it was good for, payback or whatever, but one that was actually good since WrestleMania? Or were we just...
Yeah, I don't think I could. There were some high moments. I was excited when The Undertaker returned at Battleground because I was promised it was not going to happen.
Yeah, 15% chance. Really, really true.
Survivor Series left me wanting more.
Survivor Series was awful.
SummerSlam wasn't that great,
SummerSlam was
overshadowed by NXT Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So, Matt, you got a point.
Like, I was looking through, the only one that kind of stands out to me that I enjoyed was Elimination Chamber, and that was a special, right? That wasn't even an actual pay-per-view.
Right, that was just a network exclusive special.
Yeah. So they really.
Yeah, I'm looking back right now. I mean, I thought Night of Champions was decent. But I guess if we're looking for good, we're really good. Yeah,
it doesn't have to be great, but
Jim, hell, take good right now.
Yeah, I'm looking back. I mean, I think Battleground, if I remember right, like I'm trying to remember just by looking at the cards, I think Battleground was one of those ones where we were like, okay, it was better than I expected. Like, it's pretty sad when it's to that point, when we're like, yeah, I expected shit, and it wasn't shit.
No, it was gold painted shit, so it's still shit. It's just painted gold. It doesn't make it any better.
I think
the product hasn't been very good.
Battleground was room for me because that was Owens tapping out to the STF.
Ooh.
Oh,
I think that. And that was also the Undertaker return, and Wyatt beat Reigns, which is good, but it wasn't clean. So I think that's the highlight of the card, is that Wyatt beat Reigns with an assist from Harper.
Bray Wyatt picking up a W on a pay-per-view is the saving grace of an actual show. That's how bad it's gotten, folks.
Well, when it only happens once every 18 months, I mean, it is something.
Right, it's a pretty big occurrence.
That was when I turned Raw off on Monday, was when Rowan got pinned by Tommy Dreamer. I said, all right, well, you've lost me. I'm going to watch this horrible Monday Night Football game instead.
He is the innovator of violence. It was kind of cool from what I, again, didn't watch it, saw the picture, saw the review, read the reviews, that Rhino made his return to the main roster. Cool to see Rhino up there after we've been able to meet him down at the LCW shows. Congratulations to him making it up onto the main roster and finding his way onto an actual pay-per-view card up on the main roster again. So kudos to Rhino for sticking with it.
Sure.
I feel like I'm trying to grab at straws here to make the show better than it was.
The only thing that I know of the show is
I'd be
the
afraid
Tater Tots quote.
You're gonna pull something trying to reach that far. Just don't waste the energy.
No, I wasn't even getting up. Don't worry about it. So that's our Raw recap, folks. Our Raw recap.
Do we have the sound effect machine? Because I mean, it would be great to play like the Price is Wrong horn as our recap.
Yeah, I don't have anything right with me.
Yeah,
I do have a sound effect board,
but machine this week.
Damn it, we'll have to just use our mouths old-fashioned style. Hey,
sound effect of the toilet flushing.
Let's just run down the stairs, hop in the bathroom real quick, and flush the toilet. On a totally unrelated subject, talking to a guy at work today, has challenged us, and I love this idea. He was speaking about watching Trainwreck himself, so now that we brought it up, he wanted to know some of our favorite movies that either starred wrestlers, and then another list of wrestlers that had cameos in movies. We don't have to fly from the hip. Let's chew it over. Let's create a list. Maybe our top 5 movies that starred a wrestler, and our top 5 movies that had a wrestler as a cameo in it. Matt, I think this should probably be cake for you because you watch, 1 million movies a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough for anything to measure up to Santa's Little Helper starring The Miz and Paige.
Have you watched that?
Yes, I did.
Oh. How bad was it?
It was not worse than Raw, but it was worse than, man, I'm trying to think of something that was worse than that's not Raw. I don't know. I hated it. It was awful.
Okay. All right.
It's
Fair
not. I
enough.
mean, I paid $1.50 for it from Redbox. I was gonna pay for it from Comcast, and I'm relieved I didn't spend the extra $3.50. That's how bad it was.
Wow. All right. Okay. So chew it over. Maybe we can talk about it when we all get together, something like that, compare some lists. But I think it's doable.
Yeah, no, I think that would be fun to actually.
And you can't list all Rock movies. You can't be all with The Rock. I don't even want to. Let's not even include The Rock.
So
you should be allowed
striking
to
The Rock from
movie.
the record.
All right. How you limit yourself to one Rock movie?
Okay.
I mean, your top 5 could just be Rock movies if you wanted.
I mean, I already know what my number 1 would be.
Do you want to share?
Sure, The Wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, solid.
That'd probably be my number 1.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic film.
But then there's just so many others to choose from. Knucklehead starring The Big Show.
That will not be on anybody's list.
The Chaperone starring Paul Triple H Levesque. The Marine 4 with The Miz and Summer Rae. Classic.
That's Ryan's favorite movie of all time.
The Miz don't draw in the ring for me. They sure as hell doesn't draw in the movie theaters for me. What a
The Marine 1
DVD.
with John C.
Wasn't there a decent Marine movie? Wasn't the one with Ted DiBiase okay?
I didn't watch that one. I've watched 1, 3, and 4. I did not watch the Marine 2.
You missed out on 2. All right.
I will say that there was a stretch where WWE Films had some solid movies come out, like The Call with Halle Berry, and David Otunga was the star, and then Dead Man Down with Colin Farrell, and Bad News Barrett was in that one. Those 2 were good. And then they fell off the wagon with Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy.
What was their first movie? Was it the one with Kane?
I think so. Yeah, See No Evil. Sounds
Okay.
right.
I vaguely remember watching that. I think that was okay.
Yeah, I remember watching it and not hating it, and then I just watched it again recently, and I was like, what did I like about this movie?
All right. While we're on the topic, real quick, of DVDs and movies and such, it's available. I think you had the free preview on the network. I picked it up the other day because I had $10 to burn, I guess. I picked up the Ring in the Holiday DVD starring Noel and Mick Foley as they're traveling around, I don't know, Santa Claus Land or something like that. And they're just kind of going back and reliving special holiday-related matches, things like that, moments on Raw. They had the Jerry Claus versus the Bubba Claus, the time that Bobby Heenan ruined Christmas on Primetime Wrestling. I don't know if you guys remember or ever saw that segment, but it was with Roddy Piper and Bobby Heenan.
I have not.
Oh, you have to watch it. He just full-blown went crazy. Bobby Heenan lost it. He was just like, Santa's not real. And freaking Roddy Piper's like, are you kidding me? And then actually goes and strikes Bobby Heenan. It's fantastic. It's a long segment. Fantastic. Look it up. Bobby Heenan ruins Christmas. That's a fun one. They had the Santa's Little Helper Diva tag match. The Mankind versus Santa Claus Boiler Room Brawl. And the obviously the short-lived Xanta Claus, Xanta Claus, Klaus match. Xanta Claus from the WWE Superstars. It's a cheap buy. Pick it up at Walmart. I think Target has it too. Ring in the Holiday. Plus you get to watch Noel Foley. So that's always a win there. That's all I've got. I think it's still better than Raw.
Sure.
I'm almost willing to guarantee that it was better than Raw, yes.
Yeah, it absolutely was. The Xanta Claus match was better than Raw.